There's the game overlay. We're back with more action, ladies and gentlemen. We shot ready. Oh my god. That was a very early bolt. Kvoth just already. Oh my god. Kvoth just already invoked his god power. Let's maybe open this. Pioneer bolted, yes. The Chinese Pioneer was bolted, and if we take a close look... Wait. If we take a close look over to... if we take a close look over to Recon's point of view... Let's have a look at Recon's point of view. Recon? Oh my god! And Kvoth just stole his Peach Blossom Spring. Kvoth just stole it. So this is generating food for Kvoth? This is not generating food to gather for Recon anymore. It's stolen from Kvoth. That's insane. This is insane. Recon is already messed up. Recon is probably stressed already from his previous 2 games. He managed to steal it back. But it looks like it hasn't... Okay, it's not reset. It's generating the same amount of food. So maybe that's not an issue. Unless it is... It should be okay. Why would you cast it there? I think he's trying to get extra... Yeah. I think he was trying to get extra... Recon... Kvoth is just stealing it again. He stole it again. It just gives extra favor basically by expanding your favor land. So when playing the Chinese, if you expand this yellow area, if you expand it by dropping more buildings close to them and connecting them, you generate favor. That's how Chinese civilization works like. That's how the favor system works for them. Expanding more buildings, having that temple up, getting back his Peach Blossom Spring that generates food. And Recon, here's the issue. Recon is gonna be playing blindly for a while. He doesn't have his Pioneers out yet. His Pioneer was bolted at the very early start of the game. So this isn't looking good for Recon so far. What if we take a look over Kvoth's perspective? Kvoth is having 1 villager on favor. He's having 2 villagers on gold. I wouldn't be surprised if this was a hoplite opening. I wouldn't be surprised if this was like a hoplite Minotaur or, you know, or anything. But let's see how this is gonna go. Like, I'm very excited to see this match. So they're both edging up. Nuga, Recon gets to have the earlier age up. Having 1 Kuafu out already, that's great. Having a Pioneer to scout out, finally. And Kvoth is just edging up through Athena. He has 6 villages on gold, 7 villages on wood, that indicates a second town center. But is that how you really wanna play this? I mean, look at this gold mine, it's kinda exposed. Don't you think you could apply some pressure early on at Recon's forward gold mine? That is looking surprising. We don't know what exactly is gonna happen, but Recon is already having a couple of Pioneers out. He's gonna try to apply pressure early on. That's gonna be very exciting. Let's see how it works out for him. Kvoth is playing... Kvoth is doing something extremely risky, just sending his village... Is he going for a forward town center? There is no way you're gonna get caught. Kvoth, what are you doing? This Pioneer is gonna... Oh my god, Kvoth, no! That's way too risky, you can't do that, you can't make the same mistake as the previous game. Do you at least have both heroes out? Finally Jason is out, but why so late? Why is he out so late? Kvoth is gonna lose a villager, paying the full price, sending those villagers back into his base. That was a very greedy play. Risking everything, sending those villagers forward to grab the forward town center. At least the Minotaur managed to get some villagers killed, no? Will the Squafu die? No? Are you retreating from that? You could have killed a villager. Kvoth is just switching to grab now his back town center, but there is no way. Recon doesn't know that's going up. There is no way. Recon doesn't know. He has to send his pioneers on this location here. Recon has to attack. He can at least kill 5 villagers there. What is Recon doing behind that? He's putting Kvoths and villagers on wood. Recon's just having too much wood in the bank. He's now building villagers on gold. You might wanna switch those Kvoths on gold. Recon just keeps scouting. He might be expecting this town center to go up. He's not gonna be able to stop it. Restoration is still available. One of these villagers is retreating. Recon sees that. He might try to kill at least one villager. Will he succeed? One villager will at least... Will it go down? The villager dies. One of the villagers escapes. The town center is up. At what cost? At what cost is this town center up? Kvoth is behind by 8 villagers. This is so huge. Recon doesn't even have to grab a second town center, ladies and gentlemen. Recon can just apply pressure here. Recon can just make sure the Zeus player doesn't hunt at all. Like, make sure Zeus doesn't go on this location to grab the crown cranes, nor the hunt in this location, and you can just go heroic age behind that. You don't even have to try to boom back. You don't even have to grab town centers yourself at this point. This military academy is being targeted down. Recon once again delaying Kvoth by a lot, idling those villagers, killing villagers. Kvoth is forced to put 11 villagers on one location. Having 11 villagers on a couple of chickens is very inefficient, Kvoth. You wanna switch those groups, you wanna separate them, you wanna have 2 groups of villagers hunting or gathering food basically. Kvoth, Recon just nicely harassing Kvoth to the ground there. Will he be able to kill more villagers? Towers are up. Jason is being targeted. One pioneer will go down. Nice backfire from Kvoth. Kvoth has a long way to come back into this game. 9 pioneers are out for Recon, ladies and gentlemen. No upgrades for them. Just the divine light. So they do have some extra range and line of sight, and they can pick up relics now. But playing as Fuxi, you might wanna build your hero Nesha when playing Fuxi, right? What is your Imperial Academy? You wanna build that Imperial Academy, get Nesha out, and look at this, guys. Look at this. Recon is just grabbing 2 town centers at the same time. A defensive one for the hunt, and an aggressive one for the gold mines. And look at Recon's score. Even though Recon is investing resources, which means his resources should go, which means his score should be dropping. He's grabbing 2 town centers and his score is not even dropping. That's how ahead he is at the moment. This is crazy. Kvoth just dropping an armory. Looking to go heroic age. Dropping granaries around. Securing the hunt. Might have to expand the favor land a little bit more to get extra favor. That Orox is dead there. Recon just building villages, spamming out villages out of 3 town centers at the same time. And behind that, just building Gehalberdier. Gehalberdier, is he against cavalry? Recon is having just a couple of cavalry units. He's only having 2 Hippeus. Hippeus is a bad choice in my opinion. I know you don't have food to train hoplites, but still, what are you going to attack with your Hippeus? Are you gonna be raiding? They're the Hippeus. Total of 5 Hippeus. So I like the response from Recon, just building Gehalberdier, building those infantry units to deal with the cavalry. I really like that. But you're kinda losing mobility though. And Recon might not wanna repeat the mistake he made the first game, which was try and counter cavalry by building his own cavalry. He ended up as Chinese being too behind facing those Kontarius with White Horse cavalry. This might be a decent raid for Kvoth, sniping at least 2 villagers. 2 villagers will go down, towers are up for Kvoth, for Recon. Looks like Recon has, looks like Kvoth has no idea that Recon is on 3 town centers. Kvoth is just the one defending, on 2 town centers, while Recon is the aggressor on 3 town centers. That's pretty terrible for the Greek player here. What are your chances? And so much idle time for his villages. Look at this, 18 villages building a storehouse. He's forcing so much idle time. Recon is just way too ahead over here, and behind that he's saving to go heroic age. Kvoth is behind by 13 villagers, finally looking like a decent fight to take. Pushing back Recon all the way, he has to retreat all the way to the town center. Another pioneer will go down, 2 pioneers will go down. Some nicely done from Kvoth, killing a couple of units over there and idling. You could turn around and take the fight, having your hero as the front line in my opinion, to tank the Ge Halberdier. But what's gonna happen now? What's the follow-up? Recon even building chariot archers. Recon isn't actually looking to go to heroic age, he wants to stay in the classical age. Building a couple of walls on the side. Kvoth managing to finally hunt outside. Raiding the houses, raiding the villagers. What do you have to counter the fire archers now? Nothing at all. These fire archers are going to do insane damage to these hoplites. And with the Ge Halberdier doing insane damage to the cavalry units, what options do you have as the Greek player here? You cannot fight anymore, you cannot boom anymore, you cannot raid anymore. What choices does Kvoth has? This is looking pretty tough for him, as the early game didn't really go as he wished it would. AG Shield, a very useful upgrade, dealing with archers when building hoplites. Giving extra pierce vulnerability for your hoplites. Definitely an upgrade you wanna grab. Would those 14 hoplites be able to take down the town center here? Doesn't look like it. Kvoth is constantly under pressure. And at the same time being a town center behind. Kvoth at the same time trying to take down this town center. Even if he manages to take down this town center, I don't think it's gonna be enough. He's gonna lose way too many hoplites to sacrifice that. He can try and repair the town center, they don't even have medium. This is not looking good. And once again Recon is just applying pressure the entire time. Recon just dominating this game. With Peach Blossom Spring being on at 280 food? Maybe Recon accidentally gathered food from it, that's the case. It stopped generating food, so probably Recon started gathering food from this tree over here, so it doesn't generate once you start gathering, so that was a huge F. That was a huge F for Recon in this part. Those fire archers once again hitting those gold miners. Kvoth edging up through Dionysus, while Recon has already hit his heroic age. He's gonna be upgrading instantly his ballistics, very useful upgrade for his fire archers and his pioneers. Taking down the market and a couple of buildings, gonna help him quite a bit. And now Kvoth just taking his time. He sees this as an opportunity to take down this town center. You might wanna cast the Chinese mercenaries when somebody is attacking your town center. Those villages being idled once again. Those fire archers having a multiplier against buildings, but will that be enough to take down an entire town center? Actually, with the help of the Ge Halberdier, it actually might be an option to take down this town center. Recon brought the mid unit got bolted. That was a very good move, but I still believe the town center will end up going down. Recon already maxing out on villagers, nearly 100. And now we see the forest protection being cast from Recon to protect this Migdol, or Bauli I should say, but that's not really gonna work for him. This is gonna go down anyways. At least so damage will be done on those hoplites. And that was a god power wasted. 24 idle villages for the entire time there. Kvoth just losing way too many resources. You might be losing units as the Chinese player here, but that doesn't matter as long as you're idling villagers. Especially that many villagers. Switching over to Dao's Horseman, that's very smart, something you gotta do. And there we see a bronze, last attempt for Kvoth to win the fight. Heavy hoplites out, that's a fight you might wanna retreat from as the Chinese player. The town center will leave, the villagers will survive, but at what cost? At what cost? Recon committing to this fight. Quite unnecessary, I would say. Recon just grabbing a third town center. Kvoth pushing at his best, trying to make a comeback here. Will he be able to do that? Will he be able to do that? More Dao's Swordsmen in the battlefield, the fire archers behind that. Pushing those hippos. Bronze is about to end, and then there will be nothing left for Kvoth to defend anymore. That Hydra just killing those Kuafus one by one. This didn't start very well for Kvoth. And now he's having a very tough time to manage to try and come back into the game. This Hydra managed to kill 2 Kuafus before going down. This is huge. So this is worth of 6 villagers. 2 Kuafus down, but it might not matter at this point as Recon is extremely ahead. Extra town centers, more economy upgrades, more military upgrades. Kvoth is desperate. Kvoth trying his best to come back into this game, but this isn't looking good at all. Taking some great fights. Kvoth trying to climb his way back with raiding villages and buildings. How will that happen? This can be possible. Kvoth is slowly catching up to the civilian unit count. 73 villages for Kvoth. 70 units against 108 units. Could potentially attack this town center and take it down. Since those hoplites, the Zeus hoplites, have a multiplier of 1.5 against buildings, they do extra damage against buildings. But with the army being here already, that doesn't look like the case. Doesn't look like Kvoth will manage to take down the town center. Kvoth is now being pushed in the middle of the map. Dao's Swordsmen against Peltasts and Hoplites. I believe Swordsmen will be able to win the fight in equal numbers against the Peltasts. And Recon with the big mass of fire archers, he might try to attempt to take down this fortress. Let's see if that's gonna work out for him. Look at this fortress, how quickly it was going down to those fire archers. But Recon's choosing to retreat. This is actually impressive. How quickly can a fortress go down to the fire archers? Imagine if you grab your did I forget about it? Burning Pits. Burning Pits, an upgrade that makes your ranged soldiers have bonus damage against buildings. That might be pretty useful for your fire archers, not gonna lie. There we see the Terracotta Riders being spawned from the town center to defend against the Hoplite raid. Another town center is grabbed for Recon in this location, trying to secure his map control, make sure he doesn't throw anymore the game. This town center isn't repaired for Kvoth, so Recon can attack it anytime and take it down. Villages are going down, Kvoth finally catching up into the civilian units. The Terracotta Riders doing tremendous damage against the Peltasts. And now Recon just has to make sure he doesn't throw the game. He has to make sure he defends well and nicely. More villages going down. Well done by Recon attacking these locations here. Pushing Kvoth from every government possible. Those Peltasts destroying those fire archers. doing an amazing job. More villages going down to the Daos horsemen. Villages once again are sent over a government. 23 villages walking in one location. And Recon takes the victory. A very well earned victory. And a very greedy play style from Kvoth in this game. I would say a very exciting game since the start. And in general, you might not want to be as greedy over here. So pretty much very well played from Recon. We're gonna be moving over the fourth game. We're gonna be also updating the score. Predictions are finished. That's very exciting to see. We're now giving a win to Recon.